Hey, what's up, Lakeside? Ready for a math lesson today? Yes! Yes, of course you are. Why wouldn't you be, all right? I know this isn't our normal year, but I know you guys are working really hard at home, and you guys have just become more independent learners. You're going to see this next year when you're going into 6th grade, and your teacher give you the assignment. Instantly, you're just like, I got it. It's done. And we as teachers are going to probably change the way we teach you guys in the future. So we're going to learn from this and be like, what can we do to make this the best learning opportunity for all of you? So today, we're going to be working on stem and leaf plots. Stem and leaf plots, it's a little bit different than maybe you're used to. I know we have touched it a little bit. Some of you, you're going to pick it up right away. Others of you, you just got to see it a few times and you're going to get it, okay? W14 and W15 are going to be the two we're going to be working on. One of them, you're just going to be looking at, what does the information tell me? The other one, you're actually going to put that information to use and start doing it. So if you feel like today, Mr. Otto needs you, go ahead. Go figure it out. If you feel like I'm drowning a little bit, come back. We'll be the lifeguard and we'll help you walk through it. So let's get started. So W14, with the stem and leaf, I want you to think of it as an actual stem, like on a plant. We're going to make it green because plants are usually green. Okay? Bell just rang. It's usually about 3 o'clock or so. So the stem is going to be the main part of this. And if you think of these stems, these are going to be your numbers of like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Why do they do this? It's just a way of condensing a bunch of information into a smaller, easier to read amount, according to some. But if I look at these, the main stem I have is, say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to look at 3, the stem of 3. Okay? And it's a visual. This leaf over here, I have 3, 0. What 3, 0 represents is 30. Well, if 3, 0 is 30, what's 3, 1? 31. What's 3, 2? 32. 3, 4? You guessed it, 34, 35, 36, 39. Now, if I go to 40 or 4, I have 4, 4, 44. I have 4, 5, 45. And then there's 8 here. 4, 8, 4, 8. Well, it's possible to have a 48 and a 48. Say you're taking a math test and one kid got a 44, one kid got a 45, the next one got a 48, the next one got a 48. It is possible to have that those numbers be there. It is also possible to have, an 80 or a 30 if that 0 is there. So what I want you to think about is the stem. That represents usually the tens column, okay? Your tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, so on and so forth. And then these leaves, these little parts, are representing the ones value. 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 39. Now some of the questions they'll ask, like how many fewer than? And you're gonna have to be able to read and look at that information. So if I look at this, how many shipments had exactly 77 cracked window panes? That's terrible. I don't know how many they have this, but anyways, 77. So I'm just looking at this information right here with the 7. If I look at this, I have a 72, I have a 75, and I have a 78. Are any of these exactly 77? Nope. So I'm going to put none of them. 0. None. I put 0 in here. None of them had exactly 77. And I move on. Hopefully. Good. So let's look at this next one. And again, the numbers, it's just in a different way of having numbers represent here. So Jacob, you counted the number of ducks in each pond in the city. Count some ducks. Sounds good. Maybe he's a hunter. Maybe it's something like Colton would maybe do. So I look at these. It goes all the way from 10, 10 all the way up to 9. Now if you notice, some of these, they have nothing there. Like this 3 and this 8, that's not a 0. There was just nothing in the 8s, the 80s. There's nothing in the 3, the 30s. If you look at this 9, it has a 0. That represents 90. This 8 has nothing. There's nothing in the 80s. Not 8, nothing. You can't just put a 0 there. Remember, 0 has a value. 7, 9, 79. 6, 2, 62. Now, if I look at the 5 in this case, and it may be a little bit harder to see, but I can see 5, 5, 5, 7, 5, 9. That's 55. That's 57. And that's 59. Okay? 40, 40. 41, 41. 3, again, there's nothing there. There's just nothing in the 30s. Now, if you look at the top here, it has actually something in the 1s. 1s, that's just going to be a 1, 1, 11. There's a 2, 1, 12, 1, 9, 19. Now, the question asks me, how many pawns had fewer than 90? Well, here's 90. How many of them had less than 90? I don't include 90 in that, so I got to see all these pawns that had less than 90. So I go about this. There's nothing in the 8, so there was a 79, a 62, a 55, a 57. I could run out of those numbers, or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm thinking that if I was to write all those numbers out, 11, 12, 19, 27, 40, 41, write them all out, I would come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I would come up with 11. 11 pawns. Let's try it, see what we come up with. 11 pawns, hopefully. Yay! So I look at this information up here. And again, 7 leaf, it's just a different way of organizing numbers. Now, these over here, Bernard, he decided to record the temperature every morning when he woke up. Okay, so if I look at this, there's a lot of times it was cold in the single digits because there's a 0 here. 0, 0, temperature is nothing. 0, 1, temperature is 1. 0, 2, the temperature was 2, so on and so forth, okay? But then I look at 3. There was a day that it was 33. There was another day it was 33. There was another day it was 35. Okay, nothing in the 40s and nothing below. So it must have been, you know, Christmas time, maybe January or February or something. How many temperature readings were at least 10 but less than 30? All right, so at least 10, so it has to be more than 10 and it has to be less than 30, okay? Again, if you want, write all the numbers out. It may help some of you. If not, I'm looking at, well, it has to be more than 10. If it goes 0, 9, that's only 9 degrees. I wouldn't be using these at all. Then look at, but it has to be less than 30. Well, 33, and 35, those are all more than 30. It's not going to be those. These are the numbers I'm using. 13, 16, 10, all of those are more than 10, less than 30. 26, 27, 29, 29. Those are all less than 30, but more than 10. Again, I can write all those numbers out if you choose to, that's fine. Or I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of those days would have a temperature reading between those. Okay, so type in 9. 9er, get rid of it, see what happens, submit it. Okay. Let's go about this one. What is the lowest rating? The lowest rating. So Food Magazine published a listing of local restaurants' ratings. Okay? I look at these numbers. I have something in the 50s, 45, then I have 30, 31, 35, 36. Remember, think of these as the 10s, these as the 1s. What is the lowest rating? 1, 2, a 12. The highest rating? 50. And you'd ask me, how many had a score higher than 36? Well, there's only 2 of them that had higher than 36. Okay? So let's go to W15. You're going to make your own. W15. Create a 7-leaf file. All right. So, based on this information, I look at it. They did put them in a numerical order, which is helpful. Numerical order. Sean counted the pages of a book in his English class required for his reading list. Counted the pages. Okay. Use the data to complete the 7-leaf plot. So I'm looking for anything that's in the 50s. Here they already did it. 21, 14. Or to me, 21, 24. 21, 24. 30, 30, 30, 30. They just put 3 zeros there. 30, 30, 30. Then they had a 40. 4, 0. And a 45. 4, 5. So on and so forth. We are looking for anything that's in the 50s. Well, in this case here, I have a 58, a 59, and a 59. So over here, I'm going to have to type in what? Well, the 5's already been put up there for you. That's the 50. I'm going to type in an 8, a 9, and a 9. Now you can't type in 599. That's 599. We don't want to do that. Actually, we shouldn't be doing that anyway. It shouldn't be 899 either. We want to put a space in between these. So when I type these in, I need to make sure I have a space in them. Okay? So I'm going to go 8 space 9 space 9. And when I do these, I have to make sure that I put a 9 on there. Well, make sure you put 2 because 59 and 59, that's 2 sets of data. Remember when we were doing mean, median, mode, range? That was that kind of thing. Okay? So now look at these. They put them in numerical order. That's helpful. And then I got to look. I'm looking at the 1s and the 2s, the teens and the 20s. I don't have to do anything in the 30s. They already did 34, 36, so on and so forth. So for the 1s, I had 13, 13, 17. Well, 13, 13, 17, I'm going to have 3, 3, and 7. Remember, they already take care of the 1 for you. So I'm going to have 3, 3, 7. And for the 20s, 24, 25, I'm going to put a 4 and a 5. So we'll try that. 3, 3, 7. 3 space 3 space 7. And then I'm going to go down to the 20s. Remember, it's 24, 25. I'm just going to put in 4 space 5. Should work. Yes. All right. So today's lesson, W14, W15. See how far you guys have come. Okay. And I know for some of you, this is really simple. Don't make silly mistakes. For those of you just rocking it on your own, you didn't even watch the video. Good for you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.